evening, everyone, and welcome to another nerdy episode of Another Nerdy Talk Show, where we talk nerd. Alright, I think that's enough Star Wars for a while. So now we're going to move on to some stuff that we missed last week. So, not too much. I mean, like, it was only, like, one thing, but let me just adjust my mic there. It was, like, one thing, but nothing too bad to, like, write home about. By the way, I've been hearing complaints about my microphone being a little distorted. I don't know why. It's an old microphone, so I'm probably going to need to get a new one soon. I'll add that to the list of things I desperately need to buy. So, we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, tonight, we got trailers for Boom, The Marvels, and Venture Bros. Radiant is the Blood of the Baboon Heart. I'm not a big Venture Bros fan, so that's why I got the other guys here to help me out with that. Also, Godzilla vs. Kong 2 has a sequel name. Surprisingly enough, it's not going to be called Get the Frick Over It. I would say Get the Fuck Over It, but it's going to be a movie title, so they can't Akon that shit. Or can they? I don't know. Anyway, in streaming news, Disney Plus is finally adding the Spider-Man movies. Some of them. We'll be telling you which ones tonight and our thoughts. Maybe share some Spider-Man memories, because, hey, who doesn't like Spider-Man? Anyway, also we got more streaming news. Netflix is stopping their DVD mailing program. I didn't even know they were still doing it either. Oh, I can't wait to talk about that. Anyway, we also got Jablonski and Cruizer leaving their thoughts on the recent Power Rangers special, Once and Always, plus Cruizer leaves his thoughts on the remake of Resident Evil 4, as well as him doing Hooked on Harmonix. All that and more tonight on Another Nerdy Talk Show. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to another nerdy episode of Another Nerdy Talk Show, where we talk nerd. I am your host, Mibevan, and I'm here with my good friend Jablonski. How are you doing?
Yep. Yeah, doing all right.
Oh, yes. So I wanted to show you something cool, Jablonski. I'm going to show you something really cool. Okay, ready for this? You might not be able to see it too well here because I'm showing it to mainstream, but why not? This is an action figure of Samus Aran that I found at Walmart.
Yeah.
It is awesome. Get a little shot there for you guys, as I showed you Jablonski right here.
Yeah.
I just want to point out her gimpy elbows.
Neat.
Like friggin'... Which makes no sense, because everybody knows the best elbows have the... Oh, she has, like, the knee pads that are, like, centered in there. It's, like, a different thing altogether.
Yeah.
But let's just face it, there was also a morph ball, but I lost it. But yes, everybody knows the best action figures had opposable fingers. You can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
Tell me
I can actually attest to that.
Why? Because you like making them flip people off?
That, and also to makes it easier to have them grip their props.
Yeah. I mean, like, did you have one of those Spider-Man 2 toys where it's like, what was I gonna say? Like, it has, like, you're able to, just gonna adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. You have one of those Spider-Man 2 toys where it's, like, posing whatever Spider-Man, you have to, like, and, like, everything is posable, his feet, his fingers, his everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the awesome ones there. However, I didn't end up getting the Doc Ock figure. I wanted the Doc Ock figure badly.
Yeah.
Did you have the Doc Ock figure?
No, I didn't.
Damn it. What I'm trying to say here is you better give me a Spider-Man 2 Doc Ock figure. Make sure the arms are opposable. Mr. Going to friggin' Collecticon. Gonna go there and get an autograph from Freddie Mercury. Who is going to your convention this week anyway?
This week is going to be... Actually, let me pull it up.
Oh, yeah,
I know two of them that I'm seeing.
Yeah?
The actress who played Vulcan's Skull.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Whose theme song is the theme song that should play when Cruiser enters the room?
Yeah. Okay, so they got Ken Scott.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
He played Raph in live-action TMNT movies.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The first two.
Was he the voice or the suit actor?
Actually, let me take a quick look.
We already had a suit actor on the show before.
I think it was. I think he acted it.
Shout outs to our friend Matt Hill.
Yeah.
He was
awesome. Francis Chow.
Mm-hmm.
Who you know as Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Cool.
Right, Secret of the Ooze.
What was the secret?
He also did a whole... Huh?
What was the secret of the ooze?
I don't know.
It was made in a laboratory.
Steve Cardenas.
Oh, he's good.
Who played the second Red Ranger and the Blue Zeo Ranger. Paul Schreier, Bulk from Power Rangers. Jason Narvey, who plays Skull. And if I'm not mistaken, hold on. He is also, I think he is also known as essentially the person that helped brought tokusatsu to America.
Nice.
I think he was called like
oh shit, I just forgot something.
I think he's called like Professor Tokusatsu.
I gotta submit a claim for that Facebook thing.
What?
Okay, so apparently Facebook had was in court, big surprise, and a federal drugs recently gave them initial approval to a $725 million settlement between Meta and Facebook users, alleging the companies shared their personal data without their consent. So if you used Facebook between May 2007 and December 2022 and lived in the U.S. during that time, you're eligible to get cash from the settlement.
Watch it not be worth it.
I don't care. I'll get any kind of cash. You can also add there for PayPal in case you need anything.
Yeah, Jason Narvey is an expert on tokusatsu.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun to see. I'm getting his autograph because of Skull, but I'd talk tokusatsu with him if I could. Let's see, the rest are voice actors. Emmy Lowe, who was in just recently Cyberpunk.
Cool.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Okay.
Let's see what else she also played. She was Akane in Chainsaw Man.
Oh, really? We're still friggin'. We have 2 more. I have 2 more episodes of Chainsaw Man left to watch with my girlfriend. In season 1, which means we gotta find a way to watch season 2. I might have to pirate it.
There's no season 2.
There is no season 2?
Not yet.
Whew. I thought there was one that premiered. Cool. I can show my girlfriend
something
else.
No, not yet.
Why is my name still Darth Pants?
Alex Calares, who played Rebecca in Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Which I might actually get that one because it's fucking Rebecca. Tiffany Vollmer.
Okay.
Plays Bulma in Dragon Ball series.
Nice.
John Bergmere.
Oh yeah, I know that name from somewhere. I don't remember his name though. I don't know what he did. Excuse me.
And he did the what's his name? The three-eyed fighter in Dragon Ball.
Tien Shinho.
Yeah. And also what's his fucking name from Yu Yu Hakusho with the rose?
I wouldn't know. Oh, Kurama.
Yeah.
He was the only character I knew. I didn't watch Yu Yu Hakusho.
On the last celebrity, Linda Young.
Who? Is
Frieza from Dragon Ball Z.
The original?
I don't know actually. I'd assume so. She was.
Is she that one Frieza voice actress that looks like a friggin' alien? I don't remember.
Oh, they got the fucking. They got the fucking things mixed up.
I don't know. Was she the one with a really disturbing voice? Frieza was weird.
And they also got Edward Kratz II. I've met him. He's actually kind of cool. Who did the artwork for The Last Ronin. I think it was the covers. But yeah, he's a comic creator, so I'm gonna have fun with that one. And then the next weekend is gonna be an extremely fun one for me.
Never mind. I'm thinking of Pauline Newstone.
So the next week after, I'm going to be going to Collecticon out in Fort Worth for a day.
We'll get to that later, unfortunately, because we got to get into the topics.
Yeah, we will. Okay.
So time to get to the topics. Jablonski, what are the topics?
You're the one that had them.
Why are you doing that?
Are we going to do trailers first, or?
Yeah, we're going to do trailers, of course. That's what my plan was all along. Meanwhile, I'm trying to show the trailers, and you're the one that's over there flaunting and showing off your goddamn Power Ranger expertise while not knowing. Will you stop it? Stop it. Okay.
All right.
I gotta get rid of this picture of her. She looks like some sort of creature. Anyway, the first trailer that we're showcasing tonight is one of The Marvels. The Marvels. This is a trailer. This is actually a movie I've been really wanting to see. Or at least have been interested. Excuse me. While the original Captain Marvel to me wasn't anything special, I can't deny it played an important role in the MCU, like most of the other movies. Okay, all the other movies, but you know, I mean, WandaVision was okay. Was good, was okay looking back at it. It really didn't go anywhere aside the Doctor Strange movie. And Miss Marvel was more of a starting point. I actually desperately need to finish that series. I mean, what did you think of each one? What did you think of Captain Marvel?
The first one, I didn't like it.
You didn't?
No, I didn't like it. Though I didn't like it for different reasons than what people would usually go to.
I just don't like the hero. She's not really that interesting.
The movie was just kind of boring to me.
Yeah, it was kind of boring.
This second one,
the only good part you liked was when she crashes in the blockbuster. I think I'm going to take a shot in the dark. That was your favorite part.
Yeah, that was actually kind of funny.
I like how she emerges from that blockbuster and the cop's like all cool. He's like, okay.
Probably didn't know how to respond to that, but it's like the second this new one that's coming out does look more interesting.
What would you, going back to your thoughts, looking back at WandaVision, what do you think?
I liked WandaVision. It was fine for what it was going for, and it did set up a couple things.
Yeah, just such as Doctor Strange and whatever happened to the other Vision. Little disclaimer here: we never call him White Vision on the show because it sounds racist.
It teases a few things, or at least gives people ideas of a few things of what's going to happen with him. Is supposedly West Coast Avengers.
Oh yeah.
The other one, I don't know for certain. I can't remember the exact storyline for that one.
I heard some sort of it teasing out Mephisto as well.
I've heard that too, that they're teasing Mephisto for one of those Marvel Presents specials.
I know he's going to be in Ironheart.
Yeah.
Sadly, not being played by Bruce Campbell.
No.
A man can dream.
But it did set up Monica Rambeau.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess is that at some point down the line, they're probably setting her up for Carol Danvers to head out.
Yep.
And have Monica Rambeau take over.
And what about Miss Marvel?
The show or the character?
Yes.
The show, I liked it. It was kind of a setup show.
Yeah.
And I have a 50-50 on when it comes to setup series and movies.
I like the character
because we get a lot of exposition and nothing much else of substance.
I mean, I didn't hate the character. I thought she was okay. I liked her.
I like her too. Though I will say this.
Hell, when I was at MegaCon, I almost bought a replicant of her armband that was like for $100.
I will say this though too. I think Moon Girl did it better.
I guess so. Moon Girl.
Yeah, Moon Girl's actually really fucking good.
Yeah. And now we have this one here. Here's what we got going on for the premise. Following an investigation into a wormhole linked to the Kree, Carol Danvers' powers become entangled with those of Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan, with the trio swapping places with each other every time they use their powers, forcing them to team up to determine why. Yeah, that was an interesting thing I saw in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm confused on that one. I'm confused but interested too.
Yeah, I would like to see.
I'm like, okay, how are they gonna play this out? And what exactly is going to be causing all this? So I have hope that it will be good.
Yeah.
Because it's more than just Carol Danvers this time.
Oh yeah, we had all the Marvels in there. In a Marvel movie.
I also like that we got.
Yeah.
I want to say my favorite bit from the trailer was Kamala in the spacesuit just floating around right in front of Nick Fury.
That wasn't Kamala. I think that was Monica.
Are you sure? Because I think it was Kamala.
No, well, the second scene is where they bring in Kamala when I think that was Monica in the beginning. I could be wrong though.
She was like, "Is this some sort of Avengers test?" Like, "Hi, Nick."
Funny thing is that what was cool there is I did a lot more research on this, and I apologize if I pronounce this name wrong. Zawa Ashton is set to play the villain of the movie. While it is not confirmed, it's speculated she will most likely be playing the villain Bardem, due to the hammer she's wielding.
Ooh.
Yeah, I actually have a photo of it in the Ants chat if you want to see it. Which is interesting. I thought Bardem was a male character.
Oh, so she's with the Kree. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're investigating the Kree. That was the group Ronan was part of, right?
I think so. Yeah. Ronan was part of the Kree.
I know he had a little bit of tar on his chin. Yeah, that black streak.
I'll be interested in seeing how this goes.
Yeah, again, it's not confirmed that's who she's playing, but again, I'd like to see a little change there. She looks badass with that hammer. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think this is gonna be like one of the. I'm not expecting much of it. What I'm expecting of it is mainly just a. Shit, what was I gonna say? I'm expecting just, I don't know, like a movie.
I'm just expecting a decent time with it.
I'm expecting.
I don't have high hopes for anything Captain Marvel at this point.
We'll see. I mean, like we got Marvels all over the place. I'm expecting a Marvel movie. That's what I want. They go there. They do the thing where they point it at each other. I don't know. Okay,
Yeah,
if they did that in the
I
movie, that
I
would
already
just be.
got my. Yes, I already got my ticket for Guardians 3 next week.
Oh yeah, I gotta see Guardians 3. I'm excited for that.
It's funny. I love my girlfriend and all, but she's she's way behind in the Marvel stuff
Oh yeah,
right now.
my girlfriend hasn't even started. I'm like
She's on
behind.
phase one.
The last new Marvel movie I saw was Doctor Strange. I'm still behind on shit.
Yeah, I got. Uh, so yeah, I'm excited for Guardians 3.
Getting ready to get some Adam Warlock on.
About fucking time they used that plot point.
Yeah, I know. What I was expecting them to use it when they did the Infinity War, because he's the one that lands on Earth, not the Hulk, right?
Uh,
Or was it Silver Surfer?
for what was it?
Okay, in the Infinity War, the Hulk, they get invaded by Thanos, and the Hulk gets sent to Earth via, I think it's Loki.
Yeah, yeah.
But in the original comic, it was Adam, wasn't it, or was it the Silver Surfer?
I can't remember off the top of my head. Silver Surfer only really shows up when Galactus is on its way.
Yeah, we want to see Galactus come on his way.
Depending on what they do with Kang, um, they might change it up.
Yeah, it's the Surfer.
Okay.
Dude, I would love to see a modernized Silver Surfer.
That honestly would be nice.
Yep, I want. Yep, so long as they don't get friggin', so long as they don't make Galactus look like a giant space anus, I'm fine with it. Or a Spanus, as I like to call it. And now I scroll down and see a picture of Thanos over the world, and the Infinity Gauntlet is on his giant dick. Okay, I'm gonna go away now.
Yeah, you do that. But
I did not need to see that. Oh my god, his balls are like giant grimaces.
and speaking of McDonald's, real quick, they
God.
actually brought back the Hamburglar.
He was gone.
Yeah.
But they still haven't brought back Ronald McDonald.
I'm assuming that's what they're building up for.
The return of Ronald McDonald is being built up for. He's like the Thanos of McDonald's.
Okay, so the thing is, the thing is that they're bringing back the mascots because Ronald McDonald is still around. They just haven't used him in commercials that much.
Yeah, because he's not.
They have been using him the fuck out of promotionals though, and he's also been in the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Oh, yeah, that's all he's getting his money from. He's like Big Bad Voodoo Daddy in the Epcot Spoon and Wine celebration. Smart joke.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, he's like in promotionals for some stuff. Like last year, they had him come back for it was like a McDonald's camp or whatever with a whole bunch of retro stuff.
Ugh. Is that going to be our big thing? Are we going to start following McDonald's commercials until we get the epic reveal of Ronald McDonald?
I don't fucking know.
It's like waiting for a Smash Brothers character. I'm like, I can't wait for this guy to clog my arteries. I haven't had McDonald's all year. I just want to say that.
Yeah, I had McDonald's when I fucking.
The only fast food I've really had is not Burger King. Is Wawa. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next trailer. The next trailer that we got here was for Venture Bros, entitled "Radiant is the Blood of the Baboon Heart." Now with let me bring this up here because I can't really see it there. Now in glorious extra color. So you brought this one up, and
yep.
I'm gonna be kind of fair on this one here. I did not grow up watching Venture Bros. I kind of missed out on that hype. So I want to know what you thought of this trailer.
I'm excited for more Venture Brothers. It took me a while to get into it when I first came across it, just because I didn't know what to make heads or tails of it. But once I got in there, once I actually watched a few episodes, I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying the fuck out of this.
Exactly. Let me see what we got going on here in the premise. Shall we?
Yep.
As soon as I can get up the Wikipedia article. Okay, so the premise of this one is by Warner Bros. Discovery, a nationwide manhunt for Hank Venture leads to untold dangers and unexpected revelations while the Monarch is literally out of Dr. Venture's blood. An imposing evil from the past reemerges to wreak havoc on the Ventures, the Guild, and even the Monarch marriage. It will take friends and foes alike to restore the Ventures world to order, or end it once and for all. Which is interesting because we got a lot of recurring casts. I mean, hearing Patrick Warburton come out, Brock Sampson, he's pretty much the only characters I only know. It's like, what? I mean, what did you think of the look? I think it had more of that updated look than before, but
They're fine. They're the same as they've been. As long as the rating's still good and all that, I don't really care.
yeah, me neither. Honestly, I might not see it, but I was trying. But I still got to get into Ventures, bros. I'm really sorry. I want to say more about this, but I can't. I mean, like, I don't know if I can watch 81 plus, which is interesting because my dad is starting to watch Star Wars Rebels.
Says the man that's tackling One Piece.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's been wanting to do it. Then my sister's fiance started watching it, and I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I want to show
like fucking Demon Slayer.
I want to show some girl my I want to show my girlfriend One Piece, and I'm afraid to, because I don't think she can handle it. Maybe she can. I tried showing her one thing, and she was like, okay. But what was I saying here? So, with that being said, here let's just move on to another thing here. There was a trailer release for this one, but I'm kind of didn't really mention it because it was really much a nothing trailer in a way. But there is not enough. And this was the anticipated sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong.
Oh.
This time we got a trailer, and it reveals the title. Set for theaters sometime in 2024, we got the trailer. We got the titular title, Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. Personally, I would have went with Godzilla x Kong. Get the fuck over it. Like, why not? Why are they even fighting? I forget when the movie.
Huh?
Do they even have a specified reason why they're fighting in the movie?
In the last one,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, it was
Territory.
I think so. It was like they used because yeah, essentially territory, because they went from they took Kong out of Skull Island, and apparently that pissed off Godzilla.
Because the natural balance is out of order. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Godzilla. I think that was my mistake. Godzilla let him live. Spoilers: Godzilla won.
Well, they brought Kong back to his world, which is underneath the fucking earth.
But here's what we got going on here. In the trailer, we showed a large red ape-like creature on a throne in some graveyard of skulls that back up and reveal the skulls of Godzilla and Kong. One is glowing blue, one is glowing red, and then we get a close-up shot of this red-like Kong. From Scream Ramped, this was said by one of the guys. I forgot who it was here. Directed by Adam Wingard, the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong sequel is set to explore much more of the MonsterVerse lore surrounding the movies. Two titular titans, though the release of a new teaser trailer, Legendary has provided a glimpse into the world-ending threat teased by the film's synopsis. From the looks of things, Godzilla x Kong's main antagonist is a member of Kong's species, a blue-colored ape who sports an orangutan-like appearance, appears to be hidden a hidden hollow Earth monster and a creature who's sure to have connections to the history of Godzilla and Kong's ancient home. Godzilla lives on Monster Island. I didn't really get much on an identification. I think this might be just another original character, kind of like the Muto.
Um, I'm going to be kind of a little bothered by that, but okay. So I had no problems with the Muto. I think the Muto was a good thing to do instead of jumping into the classic monsters.
Yeah.
Um, the real problem that I had with the 2014 one, to the point where I walked out of the movie theater,
Yeah.
was we barely saw them fight. We barely saw any kind of monster fight. It would cut off at one point.
Yeah. Although the way Godzilla destroys him is kind of cool.
It is, but at the same time, you have to actually like be able to see it because they made it way too damn dark.
How could you? Yeah, they did make it dark. Although then again, it kind of brightened up after he literally breathes radiation down his throat.
I'm not talking about when he breathes radiation into its throat. I'm talking just the fight. You can barely see a damn thing. Now, granted, they course corrected with the second one in Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
To where it was actually good. I fucking loved King of the Monsters.
Oh yeah, King of the Monsters was pretty good. I think I don't remember much of it, but I love it. I mean, like, we'll have to see what happens there. I mean, Godzilla versus Kong is good, and do I like? I like how people say, "Well, we'll make more if people want more." So yeah, why not?
Yeah, and I'm glad that they're making another one. I just kind of wish that we got more of the classic monsters in there.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really much to say about any of the friggin' what is the word here? It's not hard to I didn't see anything about any other monsters showing up, but you know, we at least got some stuff there. I want to know who that red ape is. Do you when I saw
It might actually. The one part of me is actually thinking it it might be like a pseudo um a pseudo one where it's like it's one of the villains of the movie, but it's not the villain of the movie. And part of me is still hoping out that we get Destroya.
Oh, that's gonna be a huge one there. Because if it's, I don't know whether or not it's getting continuity with the old movies. What if the red ape is that?
It's supposed to be its own thing.
What if the red ape is
the American ones are supposed to be its own thing.
What if that red ape was actually Chaos from Primal Rage?
Oh, that'd be funny.
It would be fucking funny. He farts on friggin' Kong. That would be cool if they like combined the monsters of Primal Rage with the Godzilla universe. That would be fucking cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, I've been on a weird I was thinking of Primal Rage, like I was driving to my girlfriend's, right?
Yeah.
And it was this week, and all I could think about for some reason was Primal Rage. So I pull over my car, and I'm like, I need to watch the arcade cabinet intro to Primal Rage. I don't know why, I just need to. And I try to, but there's no sound. I'm like, what the fuck? I want to see the things wreak havoc in the opening. How people are like modern people and then they see the apes and then suddenly go into loincloths. Also, why do you spell the planet name wrong? I'm just saying. You can't blame me. Come on, give me a break.
Yeah.
Damn it, now I just want to play Primal Rage now. Let's move on to something different here.
Yeah,
so, this week we got something new. Spider-Man is finally coming to Disney Plus. As advertised in this cool retro Daily Bugle image that you could see in the Ants chat.
Yep.
Spider-Man swings onto Disney Plus. Oh, I would love to see Jonah Jameson's headline demand for that. Oh my god. But one of my things is that but yeah, here's what we got going in right now. We also got a couple of other things, or one other thing. Right now you can watch Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. You can watch Amazing Spider-Man 1, but not 2. I am perfectly fine with this. And Spider-Man Homecoming, which will be available on May 12th. Venom will also be shown on May 12th as well. So we're getting there a little bit at a time there. I don't know what they did with Sony, but like, come on, man, we love it.
Yeah.
I mean, when I found this out, I was in my break room, right?
Yeah.
And people said they want the Incredible Hulk movie on there. And I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot that game existed. I mean, movie existed.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I don't even think it needs to even be seen. All it just does is prove that the worlds are linked. That's all we gained from the Hulk movie. But here's the thing. I have a theory about the Hulk movie, actually, before I go back more into Spider-Man. Hear me out on this, okay? In that movie, at the end credit scene, right?
Yeah.
In the end, Iron Man, Tony Stark comes in and says, "What if I told you we're putting together a team?" Right? But then we get the next movie's Iron Man 2 when he meets up with Nick Fury. He's like, "I'm telling you, I told you I don't want to join your super secret boy band." So he was like excited from one movie to this and another movie. My theory for the Hulk movie, the Incredible Hulk movie, is that Edward Norton and that Tony Stark are variants.
That would be something.
In that universe, Tony Stark was excited to join the Avengers, and Edward Norton would have we have explanations about why he turns into Mark Ruffalo. I mean, why not? It worked for the Spider-Man for No Way Home. Why not now? That's what I thought. Anyway, Spider-Man. How do you feel about the Spider-Man movies finally coming to Disney Plus, dude?
About damn time.
Yeah, about damn time. That's a good way to put it. You have all these other Spider-Man properties on there. Amazing Spider-Man and his friends, the original Spider-Man, Spider-Girl. Why don't you have the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies on there? Because I need to get my Spider-Man 2 on. I haven't seen Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 3 in a while.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, I mean, considering everything there, first of all, one of the cool things I want to point out here is I went to MegaCon and got to meet Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
And I never got a chance to ask him this question. About how he would have done that dream sequence in the comic book where he's fighting with this suit. All I did was I think it was because I kind of checked out during. So fuck me. So yeah. But I did learn he used to make stop motion chess games. Riveting, I know.
I could take a wild guess on what that would look like.
Crazy.
Remember that one scene from Multiverse of Madness?
Oh, the opening scene.
Yeah, with the Deadite.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. That would have been cool.
That's probably the closest it would have gotten to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that would have been great. I mean, the only thing we got close to a dream sequence was the time in Spider-Man 4 where the Green Goblin gives us that weird jump scare.
Oh, yeah.
It was a weird scene. He just comes out, ah! And I'm like, what the fuck was that? But it's interesting stuff. I mean, let's just face it. What do you feel about the Sam Raimi movies?
I love them.
Oh, who doesn't love them?
Say what you want about 3. I'm not saying it's the best or it's even that good.
I want less. I want more Venom and less Topher Grace.
Yeah.
But the worst. But you know what that means now. You have to watch it to understand the ending of Venom 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't
Because
even seen Venom 2 yet, so
well, you know what happens, right?
no.
I'm not gonna tell you, but like, let's just face it. It's kind of like the thing was like the symbiotes. You know the symbiotes, how they can communicate via dimensions, right?
Yeah.
It's that's kind of reference. It's not really, which is interesting because like it's debatable now whether or not Venom takes place in the Raimi world or not, because Venom gets destroyed in Spider-Man 3, right?
Yeah. Or
Like
at least defeated.
because we didn't see any leftovers, unlike in No Way Home.
Yeah.
Let's just face it, we want to see Tom Holland in that fucking alien suit.
It's just late.
I want to see it. It's gonna be a while, but I want to see friggin' Venom fighting Spider-Man with less Topher Grace.
Yeah.
Oh god damn it! I just realized now Topher Grace is a variant of might be a variant of friggin' Tom Hardy. I don't want to see Topher Grace in the MCU. Come on.
So it's gonna be wild on how they're going to on how they would handle having Venom in the MCU now.
Hey, I'm more or less wondering how they're going to be able to handle the Fantastic Four, considering that Mr. Fantastic is kind of pasta right now.
Not that's not the MCU's
Yeah, I was thinking that might be just
Mr.
that might be just
Mr.
another variant
Fantastic.
of Reed Richards.
Yeah, it was a variant.
Okay, of the smartest man in the world, who literally
Which kind of
tells.
sucks because they wasted it on such a good actor.
Yeah, man, that was cool. So now, does this mean the Fam Four Stick is canon?
I don't know.
Because I want to see the reaction when they go outside and everything's bright. What about the Tim Story Oh, I want to see the Story Fantastic Four being included in this. I would love to see Chris Evans back as the Human Torch.
That would be fun.
You said it yourself. No one truly dies in comic books.
Yeah.
So yes, Captain America will be back as with Chris Evans in one future movie as a cameo. He will.
Oh my fucking god! I just realized it'd be hilarious if he comes. Okay, so imagine this.
Okay.
They do end up having a cameo. He does end up having a cameo,
Yeah.
and it's right in front of everyone else. They go, "Is that you, Captain?" It's like, "Captain who?"
Yeah, except he has to be more like of a wisecracker. It's gonna be
Yeah,
hard. It's gonna be hard because who played the Invisible Woman in that movie?
I can't remember.
I know. I'm asking because she hated that role. Like from what I've read, she despised playing Invisible Woman. And said,
They'll probably end up doing is they'll probably end up it'll probably only be like 1 or 2 people. Whoever decides to show up.
Maybe. I still got to see the original, like Roger Corman, Fantastic Four movie because I heard it's good.
Yeah,
it's as good as a Fantastic Four movie can do because they do one thing that none of the Marvel heroes do in the movies nowadays. They actually save the city.
Yeah, that's right. They do.
That's the case. I want to see the jeweler come back. But yeah, with Spider-Man coming on here, I can watch that scene with Jimmy Norton on Disney Plus all day.
Oh yeah. Little Yimi.
Little Jimmy man.
Little Yimi.
Oh
okay, so for anyone that who hasn't
he has a foul odor, and I don't appreciate his presence.
mid-2000s. For anyone who didn't listen to the radio in the mid-2000s, I used to be big on a lot of morning talk show hosts.
Oh, really?
Specifically, shock jocks. And one of them that was on because they play it in the morning on where they originally broadcast, and apparently the deal had them play in the afternoon where I was. It was Opie and Anthony with Jimmy Norton.
Oh yeah, definitely. They actually made an episode reflecting on his cameo.
Yeah, they did, and
Yeah.
a whole bunch of other dark crap that I'm not going to get into on here
What was
because we
funny
actually like
is
on
that
Twitch.
apparently Jimmy improvised that whole scene. They just said start saying stuff, and I just want to see the dailies of that shot of him just being the friggin' truck driver, just like going on and on about why Spider-Man, he hates Spider-Man. All he's
Yeah.
doing instead of just going around just saying he has a rather foul odor and I don't enjoy his presence. He smells nice and I like him. Stupid joke, I know.
Yeah. That was a interesting cameo that he had.
Yeah, what is Jimmy Norton doing nowadays?
I think he does stand up. I don't know where the hell he's been ever since Opie and Anthony split.
Let me look that up. Jimmy Norton. Let me see what he's doing nowadays.
I think he's still doing stand up. That's about it.
Looks like MC Chris, only less chubby. Yeah, I think he's doing like stand up right now. Let me see what he's doing in his recent stuff. Albums. His most recent thing is a DVD special. I don't know. He's done is this radio? He was an actor in NOS4A2.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But you know, like I live like friggin'. No, apparently he was in Louder with Crowder. That's fun.
Of course he was.
Yep.
I'm not surprised in the
Dude,
slightest.
Yeah, he was in the Eric Andre show. He did a lot, man.
Yeah.
Dave's old porn. Oh my god. Like but you know, it's a little stuff there. I know Kuma said he wants to talk to the guitarist under the that's in the subway singing that song. And I think I remember.
Fun one.
What?
That'd be a fun one.
Yeah, I think I remember we went online and we actually found an autograph card of that character. We got to find that card and get it to Kuma immediately. Yeah. Oh my god. So we'll see what happens there. I'm looking forward to more Spider-Man there. Maybe eventually you might get Spider-Verse on there. Definitely. Love to see it because, hey, Sony, you don't have a streaming platform, so why not?
I know, right?
Hey, he was in the Comedy Central roast of Bob Saget. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, he was. He was. I remember that one.
Yep. Who is our stand-ups there? I think I already know what the stand-ups are, but why not? Who was in that one? Let me look that up. Dennis Leary, Jeff Foxworthy, Paula Anderson, William Shatner, Flava Flav, Bob Saget. What? Oh, the roasty. Oh, they're roast masters. Never mind. I'm thinking of something else. Oh, come on. You can't give me the roast of Bob Saget. Oh, wait, here it is. Hosted by John Stamos. It starred Saul Schwartz. He broke character at the end. Hey, look, Cruiser's here.
Yeah. Work ran a little late.
It's cool, man.
I figured as much.
You okay, baby?
Oh, I'm doing just fine.
That's fine. We were just talking about how Spider-Man's now on Disney Plus.
Which Spider-Man?
Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 are available now. Amazing Spider-Man 1 is available now. Not the second one, which again I am perfectly fine with. And Homecoming will be available on the 12th, and Venom will be arriving on the 12th.
Alrighty.
Yep. And yeah, I was just looking up some random stuff there. So this is something that's interesting. So let's move on to this next topic here. I told them later you were going to give your thoughts on the Power Ranger special as well as your thoughts on Resident Evil 4 with Hooked on Harmonix also. Right.
Hold on one second. I gotta switch devices.
Cool. Congratulations on beating Resident Evil 4, by the way. Wait.
Where's the video?
Hear me? Can you 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 hear me? Jablonski, help me out. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you
Yep.
hear me? Okay. Anyway, we'll move on here. So Netflix made an announcement this week. They are putting an end to their mail-in DVD program.
I thought they killed that already.
I know, right?
So did I, actually.
Okay, my question is, like, how do you even navigate to that feature anymore?
I don't know. Have you been to the website?
I don't have access to my dad's Netflix account because of their being dicks. But yeah, apparently after 25 years, which is weird because I didn't even know I was 5 years old when it came out. But yeah, they're sending out their last DVD on September 29th. So if there's a DVD out there with a certain extra that you want to see before it goes away, you better tell Grandpa to hurry up and make that final order.
Well, actually, some of the DVDs don't even have extras on them.
Oh yeah, I forgot that some of them are like manipulated.
That kind of bothers me too, because one of the part of the magic of DVDs were the special features.
Yeah.
And when you take those out, it's like, what's the point?
I know. Hell, Cruiser, even Disney Plus, whenever you choose a movie, they have an extras tab that gives you special features. So yeah, emphasize on that, which kind of emphasizes on what you said, the magic of DVD features. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Also, I dug up a little fun fact here. Wait a minute. A fun fact. Hold on, I got a thing for this. After successfully launching on April 14th of 1998, the first Netflix DVD to ever be mailed was a copy of Beetlejuice. Snacks for the thought. What do you think of that? I see. We have a new segment. That's our sneak preview of our upcoming new opening segment, Fact of the Week, or Brain Food. I'm sorry, Brain Snack, because it's small stuff. If it was Brain Food, I'd be on there with a tangent of facts. Hope you liked it. What do you guys think? You think it was awesome?
I didn't see it.
Would you get the movie rights? Jablonski, would you buy the movie rights?
Maybe.
I've already got Ted Turner out for a bit of it. Does Ted Turner still do TV?
Don't know, but I did try their DVD service, and it did work. It was pretty cool, but there were a few things. One is you can only get 3 DVDs at a time. That's number one.
I don't remember that feature. Did you have to pay extra to get 3 DVDs? I usually just got 1 at a time.
No, I got 3 at a time when it first started. So you get 3 you get 3 at a time. They also did TV shows. You could actually have those sent to you.
Yeah, but you could only get like 1 disc at a time. It's like, come on.
I got 3.
No. I mean, like, imagine if you got like a DVD pack with like 4 discs in it. You would only get the 3 discs from it. It's like, come on, man.
That's how I watched the Golden Girls.
Ah, really? Before you can.
Yeah.
Except now you can ironically watch the Golden Girls on Netflix. I think. Can you?
And but one issue was that sometimes the DVDs would break during transit.
Oh my god, yeah.
And I also had a couple of defected DVDs, and if it was defected, I would put a little slip of paper in there that says DVD defected and send it back. Well, it turns out it's all done by machine, so they never saw that the movie I rented was defected.
I know, that's just ridiculous. Actually, let's try something right now. Let's order a Netflix DVD off the mail. Cruiser, I'll let you do the honors.
The Room.
But you can watch that free online. Okay, why not? I got it for The Room from there one time. Okay. Let me see here. Netflix.
Yeah.
Let me see if we can do this still. How to request a mail-in movie. Request TV shows or movies. Netflix.com. Okay. How it works. Have a title show you'd like to see on... Oh, no. This is suggestions of how to do it. How can you end this? I don't even know how to navigate to it. Netflix disc mailer is lost. How it works? How do I do it though? Oh yeah, here it is. DVD.com. You have to do it on another website. I don't. I don't think you can do it. You have to go to like another website called DVD.com to do it.
You got me.
This is stupid. Why are we doing this? It was my idea. That's why. Anyway, but like, yeah, the fact that they're doing this, that they're still doing it is crazy. My guess is, what do you think the last Netflix DVD that's going to be mailed out is?
Something stupid.
I think we all are thinking that same thing.
Harold and Kumar.
Harold and... I thought you were about to say Harold and Kuma. Oh my god. Harold and Kuma make a podcast. Okay, Jablonski, what do you think the last Netflix DVD will be?
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy? Really? Alright, mine is probably gonna be... I can't think of anything stupid on Netflix that would be mailed out, but I'm just gonna say Full Metal Jacket. Because why not? I remember I actually ordered Full Metal Jacket off Netflix and I never got the chance to watch it. So I haven't seen... My point is, what I'm trying to say here is I haven't seen Full Metal Jacket. I'm a sad man.
Yes, you are.
Simply because I can't
We knew.
Simply because I haven't watched Full Metal Jacket. Because I'm going to guess these two have probably seen Full Metal Jacket, but I have not.
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have not. What's the deal with airline food?
They don't serve it anymore.
What is the deal
Shut
with
it,
airline food?
Shut it, Seinfeld.
That's the only thing I could use to break the ice. I mean, like... Some airlines still do airline food, from what I heard. I forgot which ones do. I'll look that up there. What airlines still serve airline food? Hey Siri, what airlines still serve airline food?
I found some web results. I can show them if you ask again from your iPhone.
No, I can't because I'm using my iPhone as a camera. What airlines still serve meals? American Airlines, main cabin food? Thank you. I don't know. I'll have to think of a good answer there. We'll be right back, everybody, with another Nerdy Talk Show. In the meantime, we're going to take you to our segment of Hooked on Harmonics. Stand by.
What's going on, nation? This is the Constant Cruiser, and for this week on Hooked on Harmonics, we're going to take a look at a band that I believe deserved so much more credit than they got. Today, we're going to be looking at Skindred. Now, these guys are a new metal band, which is my forte. I love new metal because it was so different. But this one, these guys did something a bit different. Sure, you had the metal, you had the hip-hop, but they also added an element that I did not expect. They added reggae. Yeah. A metal reggae band. Who knew? And the singer is actually from Wales, but I'm pretty sure he's he has heritage at least to Jamaica. That's what I'm trying to say. And my God, these guys are just fantastic. They are about to release a new album. I think it's called Smile, but the lead-off single from that album is called Give Me That Boom. And it is a fantastic song. It just hits you with just how much power is behind this thing. and you just want to start either dancing or moshing to it. Pick one. But I can imagine this song is going to be a very good crowd pleaser. And be sure to check out their first album, Babylon. That was the album I saw that was out when I saw them back in 2004, I think. And it was so fascinating to hear just something different in metal. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love today's metal. It's so great. But to actually throw reggae in there, that is something I did not see coming, and I fucking love it. So be sure to check out Skindred, Just Give Me That Boom. This is the Constant Cruiser for Hooked on Harmonics.
Okay, so I found some weird airlines that do have exclusive airline food, and they're like one of those like exclusive like top airlines that are like gourmet. That's technically airline food. They have like the private chefs and everything there. It's like mainly for like foreign travel. Actually does look delicious. What is that, a lobster tail? What the fuck? They get lobster tails? My airline food used to be just used to be a tuna sandwich and a cookie. Maybe some veggies, but yeah. Did you guys get that? The little cardboard box and they just gave you a sandwich that you never ate and you just went for the cookie?
Yep.
Everybody just went for the cookie. You went for the cookie. Jablonski went for the cookie. I went for the cookie. It wasn't even that good a cookie. It's like when they stopped serving you know what I hate about airlines? The fact that they had to stop serving peanuts and move on to like pretzels. But the problem is...
I prefer...
You prefer what?
I prefer the pretzels.
I know they're... But the problem is that for people who hate that, the reason why they don't do it is perfectly justified. Because some people have peanut allergies. And apparently throughout the years we learned how serious it was. And we're like, yeah, we should probably not put peanuts on a vehicle that's in the sky.
Isn't like the percentage of people who are allergic to peanuts like 5%?
They really want to take that risk?
Yeah, like...
Sure, why not?
It's debatable, honestly, because like sometimes people who have peanut allergies can be like really sensitive to be like oils, fumes, touching it, looking at it, thinking about it. Can you be allergic to thinking?
You are.
What if I can? What? That's actually something funny I learned this week. Apparently, you can legally marry yourself.
Why?
I mean, I could pay less in taxes.
I don't know. I forgot. Let me look that up here. Yes, it's legal everywhere. It's called Shit, what is it called?
Some people might find that mentally deranged. I just call it another Tuesday.
Who marry themselves called? It's called oh yeah, sologamy. Sologamy. I gotta look that. Wait, is that the case? I want to look up what a sologamy wedding looks like.
Sologamy. Sologamy.
This is it's interesting. This shows. I like the girl that's posing next to the wedding cake. It's just of a bride. There's no groove. It's just a bride.
I'm just reminded of this one dude on TikTok. He carries around a Misuka anime pillow and acts like the most cringeworthy weeaboo that you would ever see. And I'm like, this is probably the closest thing that I'd see to something like that.
Apparently, during the pandemic, people went insane and started marrying themselves. There's a girl that's standing next to a mirror.
That was an episode of Inside Job, actually.
Wait a minute. I've seen a lot of girls doing this. Has there ever once been a male that did sologamy?
I don't know.
Maybe we can break the ice and do that Oh no, wait, never mind. Mind someone did it. Someone married himself in a friggin'. Oh, this is actually a sad one.
I think also Logamy is sad.
No, listen to this one. Man marries himself in a slogamous ceremony after fiance calls off his wedding.
Damn.
That's just sad.
He should have just hooked up with himself for a relationship for a little while and rebound.
Yeah, so he just got married to himself. Can you, if you if that's the case, if you marry yourself and then have sex, is that cheating or is that polyamory? I think I'm reading way too deep into this.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, what?
Anyway, let's go and talk about other stuff here. You guys saw that new Power Rangers special.
Yes, we did.
I'll let you guys talk about it. I gotta go figure out how I can get money from Facebook. I gotta submit my claim for that case.
What case?
So apparently, Facebook reached a settlement in court for using people's private information with a and they had to do a 725 million privacy settlement. So now, if you had a U.S. Facebook account between May 2007 and December 2022, you are eligible to get some of that settlement.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
I'm not expecting a lot, but hey, little money. I'm game with it.
Okay, anyway. Okay, so to kick things off here, Power Rangers Once and Always. Now, this thing was clearly a nostalgia play, which is fine. We all knew that going in. And we all knew going in that we were not going to get everybody from Mighty Morphin. For reasons out of their control, and also others who just did not like the contractual arrangements.
From what I heard, at least for Amy Jo, it was just she didn't specify the reason, but at the same time she didn't trash it either. She just didn't. She just turned it down, which is fine.
Did Austin St. John ever give a reason?
I think his reason was because of legal issues.
Was he suing them or something?
No. So Austin St. John, during the time of filming, he couldn't even leave the country.
They filmed it out of country?
As far as I know, because that's kind of how they do. They film in New Zealand, as far as I can recall.
Wow. To
yeah,
fly all the way out there?
Yeah, the reason why was apparently he got caught up. Either he was a part of or got caught up in PPP loan fraud.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Which... Do I think he's innocent? It's too soon to say, but honestly, I think he is.
They haven't really touched on that in a while, so I can't give an update.
I'm just saying, for the time being, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that arc too.
But anyway, so obviously they couldn't get everyone from Mighty Morphin, but what they were able to do, I think, was fair.
Yeah.
They still had suit actors out there, doing stunts and fighting. So, and they even there was moments where they actually shrunk them down to toys because Robot Rita's collecting them. She's going to sell them on eBay.
I got a joke for that one too. It's like they were filming. Hey, how many of those Lightning Collector figures do we got in the back over there?
No, you have to say that again, and you're gonna say it in Rita's voice.
No, I'm actually speaking in the term of.
Oh, okay, never mind.
The freaking of Hasbro.
There's a difference.
I see what you did there.
And I think what they came up with to try to make sure everyone's presence was felt was good, and. it was still, and it was also surprisingly a bit more grown up. Now, obviously, it's like we're talking grown up for Power Rangers. We're not talking like this is some R-rated thing, but they do talk. Obviously, Trini dies. There's moments where they actually do kill other characters. Like I'll still never forget that cool shot of Rocky jumping up and stabbing that dude with his sword.
Oh,
That was awesome.
yeah. It was.
And yet they still have to.
Or
and yet they still like shout yeah.
And then Billy, taking his lance and just like literally impaling one of the goons.
Oh my
No,
god,
That was
Robo
great.
Rita.
Robo Rita. That was epic. So yeah, it was grown up for Power Rangers. They knew that this was not that it's mainly us who are watching it. So they weren't afraid to go a little bit further. Again, we're talking like PG-13 era here. So that was a lot of fun to watch. And also I liked how they handled the dynamic with Trini's daughter. I think the actress they got was fantastic. She did the role fine.
Mhm.
And there was moments in there that just really went, ooh, good points. Because Zach takes her under his wing and she wants to be a Power Ranger so she can stop Rita. She says it's for the good of mankind. He says, you're not doing this for justice. You're doing this for revenge. That was a good line.
Yeah. What I loved about it was that she didn't get the powers off the bat. It wasn't like morph. Oh, I'm a Power Ranger now. I'm gonna kick your ass. It's more of like it's morphing time. I said it's morphing time.
Yeah, I mean, granted, it's not like she had to earn it, but she kind of just realized that once that little morpher was activated, what she had to do.
It's like actually she did have to earn the power. However, it's like that with Thor going, "I am worthy."
Mm.
It's not him who had to say it was worthy. It's the morpher that had to go, okay, she's worthy for these powers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I also liked that. Obviously, again, they couldn't get everybody, but they still managed to fit in a picture of Vulcan's skull in there, and you hear that little classic music go off.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I love how I love. At least they got to mention they deserve it. I'm just a little bummed out that they couldn't make an appearance on there.
And I'm also glad they gave Ernie, the guy who ran the juice bar, a name drop because he's sadly no longer with us. But again, the fact that they acknowledged that he was as much of a part of Mighty Morphin as they were, that was real touching.
It was nice.
And the other thing too was also seeing what all the Rangers have been up to since their time has passed since being Rangers. Billy actually has like his own tech company. Zach was a congressman. Rocky appeared to be firefighter, which I hope that's the case. That better not be a striptease outfit, sir.
I got a question. I got a question. What did they do with the Green Ranger?
They didn't. Okay, so I'm gonna have to explain this one. So in the Once and Always special, he was just there. They didn't do much with him other than be in a costume and get captured. Oh. In the context of the bigger picture, which is Power Rangers in general, Tommy is essentially just doing his own thing. He kind of gave up the Ranger stuff for the most part, unless he's like absolutely has to. But he's more comfortable with a family life, and I think he runs a karate camp. I'm not entirely sure if that's in canon or if that's just or if he's just more keeping it with the archaeology, stay-at-home dad sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is an archaeologist in the franchise because of Dino Thunder. He is a teacher.
Yeah. And we also find out who he was married to, or at least a kid with.
Yeah. It ain't Kimberly.
Meow. That was great. I like that. I will say and I hate to criticize this, but David Yost's acting definitely took a dip as he got older.
Yeah, I was talking to my friend about it too, and I kind of gave him the slide. I give him a slide a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because yes, he's like 50 something years old. He's one of the older actors for Power Rangers, so I can understand why his acting kind of slipped over the years.
Yeah, he just does not have the same enthusiasm
Yeah.
as he once did.
That's kind of
And
what
again,
I noticed too, but at the same time, it was so good.
yeah, I mean, and the other cool thing too is that we actually got to see him pilot the Megazord for once.
Yeah, Red isn't
That-
in the cockpit this time.
that was cool to see because because obviously with the Sentai footage, it's obviously the Red Ranger who was piloting it, and also when the Zords are like coming out of the ground and getting to their destination, they completely reanimated it. They updated the look.
Yeah, they put them to they made him look like the Zap figure, like though mine's got the Dragon Zord on top of it right now. But yeah, they made it look. They went with the Zord Ascension Project Megazord this time around.
Mm-hmm. And they even brought back the composer who did the score for Mighty Morphin. That was also a real treat to hear.
And he is probably one of my favorite composers in the industry.
And I have to imagine that the Power Rangers theme song had to play a role in my love of rock music. Just that guitar, like I'm sure that played a role in my musical upbringing.
Yeah, it was one of the few rock songs I grew up with that I can say that I genuinely enjoy.
Yeah, right up there with Rock the Dragon.
Axel,
what happened?
He's in my window shades.
You have window shades.
But I think the best Easter egg that they did wasn't even in the special.
Really?
It was right after the tribute. Did you not see it? They remade the original opening.
Yeah, that's right. They did.
They remade the original opening with the character with the ones that were in the special.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's
I
just
was like, oh shit, that's awesome.
And you could say that the premise was a bit flimsy, maybe, but
Power Rangers.
It's Power Rangers. I mean, it's what did you expect?
And this is what irritates me with a lot of people that were up a storm about this whole fucking special. It's like, okay, guys, one, it's the 30th anniversary. This thing is 30 years old. This is not gonna be the greatest thing ever when it comes to effects and acting and all that. Blah blah blah. Second, it's fucking Power Rangers. If you're looking for like Oscar-worthy or really damn good acting, you're not looking in the right place, especially Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, I mean, not even the film industry takes Power Rangers seriously. I'll never forget when I saw this interview with some guy who manages people at Comic Cons. He said, "Look, to the industry, Power Rangers is a joke." Okay.
But at the same time, it's extremely beloved. It's beloved.
That's why
the fandom of it is undeniable.
Yeah, that's why he said, like, to the industry it's a joke, but at a Comic-Con, these guys can walk home with 6 figures easily.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it's one of those things where the industry, like, you may not like it, but you kind of have to respect it because they did something that you guys have been having a hard time doing as of late.
Yeah. And one of my okay, so this is more of a nitpick than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just because solely it is Mighty Morphin. Well, yes, the CGI detail wise looks really really good. I kind of wish they had the suits. I kind of wish they really did have the suits for the fight because that shit would have been awesome.
And bring back the guy who was the suit actor for the Megazord too while you're at it, just to put more icing on the cake.
But yeah, I like what I like what they did with it. They oh, and also too, uh, I was right on how they brought back Rita. It was her.
Right now.
It was the evil essence of Rita.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. And I'm glad they even got her same voice actress, and obviously, again, her age has led to a small decrease in her enthusiasm, but it's still that banshee voice.
Same voice actress.
Yep,
Like,
they brought her back. It's like it may not be perfect, but what they were able to achieve worked. Yeah. But the show, go ahead.
I was about to say, yeah, they with what they worked with. I was like, I'm not going to call it perfect in the general sense, but for a Power Rangers anniversary, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers anniversary, it's perfect. The best way I can describe it is, remember, you guys probably seen Ratatouille, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Remember when that critic eats the Ratatouille and just has like a flashback?
Yeah.
That's one of the best scenes of the movie.
That's exactly how I felt. I felt like I was a kid again, waking up on like a Saturday morning, turning on the TV and watching fucking Power Rangers.
Yeah, because the thing is, and I even told this to Jablonski, is that with me, it reminded me when I was a kid and how much I wanted to be a ranger. How like so many of us did. And obviously, we got older. The magic has kind of worn off. We know that the power is not yours. It does not actually exist.
It's Captain Planet.
But
well, the power will always protect you was the slogan.
Yeah. But this doesn't mean that you still can't go out and do good in the world. I mean, matter of fact, that was one of the things that Austin St. John did. Like, he kept telling people, like, to stay in school, get smart, do good. And he wasn't. He didn't graduate school. So he felt like such a hypocrite that he decided to go out and be a real ranger. He became an EMT. He served in the war.
Yeah.
And I do kind of wish Austin St. John could have been there. I mean, you do hear like snippets of his voice in there from like pre-recorded audio from the series, which helped definitely. But to just, he's the only one I can think of who went from playing a ranger to being one.
Yeah, and I have to actually go back to what I said in response to what you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Too, just because it is worth mentioning. Well, like Cruiser said, we were talking about this, and he mentioned about the magic dying away, and I admitted that I wanted to be a ranger too growing up, and I felt the same way. The magic kind of wore off, and I was out of it. Though I looked at everything through a different perspective of what it meant to be a ranger, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And it was it's more about doing good and doing the right thing than say monster fights and beating up bad guys and all that.
I think I can say this without any hyperbole whatsoever that the Power Rangers changed our lives. They shaped us into what we wanted to be. Now, maybe we're not exactly where we want to be in life, but it did teach us a moral, ethical code.
And especially for, and especially for me who didn't grow up without kind of like a male figure, too much of a male figure in my life. for me, Power Rangers kind of filled in that gap a bit.
It's why, even though we can't really say that this wasn't perfect, it did hit the proper notes. It did hit us in the right places. And just reminded us we don't necessarily need the power. But you still can go out there and be a ranger for someone else.
Yeah.
God, it's amazing just what this one dumb show did to shape childhood for so many people.
Yeah, and yeah, it's real soon to put anything on a movie of the year list. But I'm giving but this one is getting like an honorary spot.
Mm-hmm.
Not only because I only count like theatrical releases for the most part, with very few exceptions on my list for it. But this is one of those times where, at the very least, it gets an honorable mention because it does hit. It does deliver on what I wanted in a Power Ranger special.
Mm-hmm.
And it is something that I will say is probably something that every once in a while I'll go back and watch and have fun with it.
It definitely took you back to when you, like you said, taking you back to when you were a kid, waking up on Saturday morning, turning on that TV, and you hear those 3 words, "It's morphin' time."
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I thought was so fascinating too, going back to Austin St. John, when he left the show and went to be a real hero, he told his wife, "Don't show anything about Power Rangers to our son.
Oh,
I
that's
want
gonna
him
be
to
fun.
see me as," he said, "I want him to see me as his dad." And so he goes off to serve in the war, comes back, and his son is all over him. Not just because he missed him, but because his wife knew better and showed him the show. And now he thinks his father is the coolest thing ever.
I would totally think my father's the coolest thing ever. I mean, I love my dad, but you know what I mean?
I mean, he's like, "What'd you do?" Like, "I showed him the show." He's like, and he had to go, "Okay, my wife is way smarter than me."
Yeah, who could have thought she would? Who's to think she would have actually went and showed the show?
I mean, if it shaped our childhood, I can't imagine what's going to do for his own son.
Traumatized.
My daddy was a Power Ranger.
Look at that. He's got an autobiography coming out. My daddy was a Power Ranger.
His son does?
That's gonna be
No,
his
I think he's
autobiography.
making a
That's gonna be his biography. My daddy was a Power Ranger.
Oh.
Okay.
But yeah, I
But the
fully intend on showing the original series to my kids.
Yeah. And the other thing too that the special did that I really got to give a lot of props to is at the very end they actually showed this old footage from the original series of Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, playing her guitar and singing this song. And you look at all the other Rangers after watching this special, and it just makes you realize how much you've grown. It definitely makes you feel like the passing of time. You just saw this little reunion special. You're looking back to see when they were younger and when you were, and it just displays a tribute to both Jason David Frank and Twee.
Yeah.
And I'm tempted to even start a new autograph project where I get a tribute piece made of the two of them and have it say "Once a Ranger, always a Ranger," and just get anybody from the show to sign it. Because regardless if they were Mighty Morphin or not, these other actors were still Power Rangers. And I will say, by the time they went into space was when I started tuning out, but there were still just as many kids still tuning in.
Yeah.
For a show that was made so cheap and a show that did not pay their actors. It's amazing what a juggernaut it became and the role it played on us. I mean, Haim Saban, say what you want, but he definitely had a good idea.
Yeah, and it was something. Um, the and the train left the station, and I was not on that train.
And there's some people are speculating if they might do another reunion, possibly with bringing back Zordon. Oh, and the other thing too is that they actually brought back Alpha 5, his voice actor, Richard Horvitz.
Yeah, surprising
that was again.
I didn't even know Zim was the voice of Alpha.
Yeah, go figure.
Freaking Zim, Moxie, fucking Alpha 5.
He was Billy. He was Daggett from Angry Beavers.
What I thought was actually funny, speaking of Richard Horvitz, the first time I ever went to Florida SuperCon, I was attending Austin St. John's panel, and I am the second guy in line. I have no idea who the guy is ahead of me, but he gets up to the mic and goes, "Ay, ay, ay, ay! It's Richard!"
Nice.
It's funny because Cruiser, you played an interesting part in one actor's villain role. You're going down, clown.
Yeah, I asked Austin, like, what was the most cringeworthy line you ever had to say? He goes, "Which ones?" and, but then he tells the story of one line where they actually had to defeat some evil clown, and he said, "I begged the director not to do it. I said, 'Dear sweet baby Jesus, don't make me say this.'" He said, "I want you to say, 'You're going down, clowns.'" Like, I can't put any attitude behind that. And he's like, the way he puts it is like, "I was only 18. Maturity's up to here." Okay. and what was funny is that the actor who played that clown, because of that clip, that jump started his con career.
Okay, a little bit of thing. I actually recently watched that scene. You don't even hear the full quote. It says, "You're going down, clown." Look at it again.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the reason why is because he broke out laughing. Because it's a dumb line.
I know it's a dumb line. All right, here we go, guys. You're gonna be witnessing this right now. I am submitting this claim, and I'm expecting to get $5. Considering
That's
how many
not even enough for a foot long.
Considering how many news outlets are doing this, I'm gonna say it's legit. It's not asking for any passwords or social security. It's asking for my number. That's pretty much it, and my username. Here we go. I am pressing the submit button. Boom.
But
You will receive a confirmation copy of your claim within the event of 2 to 3 days. This may also print the screen for your records. Okay. I'll save it.
But
save
yeah,
it
I have. I'm going to be building up the rest of my collection in the next couple weeks, because not only do I have Vulcan Skull's autographs this upcoming weekend, next weekend, my 6-year journey of collecting the autographs from the living Power Rangers,
as opposed to
From
the
Mighty
dead
Morphin.
Power Rangers.
I was trying to have a serious moment.
Sorry.
Yeah, Evan.
Will be coming to a close. Next week, I get Amy Jo Johnson and David Yost's autograph.
Next week?
The weekend after this upcoming weekend. The first weekend of May.
And it took a while to get Amy Jo to start doing cons too. Like, and one other person that has held off on doing cons was I think his name was Lieutenant Stone. He was the guy who, like, when Vulcan Skull became security guards, this guy was their boss.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
He's held off.
Sorry. Go on.
Like, he's Vulcan Skull been trying to get Vulcan Skull. The actors who played Vulcan Skull have been trying to convince him to come start doing cons because fans want to meet him. And let's face it, we all can be spazzes at these things.
Yeah.
And I think that is turning him away from cons.
Yeah. But yeah, Collecticon. Even their post about getting Amy Jo Johnson was like, she rarely ever comes out for autographs. So if you want to meet her, this is going to be your chance to meet her.
I'm glad I met her when I did. But now I know that David Yost is going to be there, I may send you my group shot so that you can have him sign it. And speaking of cons, there was actually one story from MegaCon that I forgot to tell you guys. For those who don't know, Steve Burns, the guy from Blue's Clues, was there, and the con had just ended. Okay, this year's festivities have come to a close, and everybody's packing up. And occasionally, I would walk down the aisle where the celebrities were, because sometimes you might find like a sample autograph they have on display. And so I'm just kind of walking around, just going, wow, this was full of people just 1 hour ago. And I see someone cosplaying as Steve. Okay, he's got the notebook, the shirt, the pants, and I just go, dude, there's no more clues. Go home. But the guy thought I was serious because I was wearing all black and had that hanging pass from the exhibitor's badge. He thought I was an actual con staff member.
Oh, Lord.
Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll leave. I'm like, dude, I don't actually work for the con. It's just a joke.
Oh my God. When I was in line for Steve Burns' autograph, there was this guy who had a replica of the thinking chair. And there was...
I saw that.
And I was he was in line and we thought and he said, I've had this chair since I was 1. I'm now 30 right now. And I'm like, dude, that's going to be a massive collector's item right there. I even got a video of a guy. Well, I got a video of a Steve cosplayer sitting in there doing the whole friggin' figure out what Blue's Clues was. The answer was he wants the guys from Cobra Kai.
And I've actually been listening to a few of his panels. Like, I've been looking them up on YouTube and just listening to them while I'm at work. And I thought this was really sweet. He said when people would ask him how he got the job, he told them about the audition process and how it came down to him and this one other guy. And they said they wanted the host to be an actual good-looking guy, you know, kind of muscular, healthy, and they didn't want a twig like him. However, when they showed it to test audiences, the kids gravitated towards Steve, and Steve would say, "You guys got me the job."
Oh,
like that. Like,
I wanted to go to his panel to ask a question, and here's what I was going to ask him. Apparently, I think I told you guys this. Apparently, when Joe was brought on, him and Steve were avid Christopher Walken impersonators. They like to they could do instant impressions. Yes. So apparently there's a tape somewhere in the Nickelodeon archives of them doing an entire episode of Blue's Clues in Christopher Walken's voice. And I wanted to ask Steve, is this story true? Because I want to hear. Because I want to hear.
It was actually answered by some. I think someone actually did ask that.
Because God Almighty, I want to hear Christopher Walken's voice singing the Mail Time song.
Here's the mail. It never fails.
Here's the mail. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail. I'm a male.
Yes, you are a male.
You don't know that. We just got a letter. A letter. It's a letter from our friends, but I don't know if I know these kids. Everything is all cartoony, and this is all live action. I'm going to look at the thing, and the screen's going to pop.
And when Steve actually did that little video of his that went viral where he addressing people at home and said, "I never forgot about you."
Yeah.
I'm looking through the comments, and someone actually typed out the letter song. It's like, wonder who it's from. I replied, a bill collector. Just once, I wanted to see that. I wanted him to get a bill in the mail that he had to answer for.
He got a package one time.
It still wasn't a bill.
Yeah, I know. Which is actually funny because when
No,
they
I would've
when they rebooted him and they had actually got him and Joe to have a cameo, where he runs a detective agency, which means my only thought now is how hilarious it is Steve solving murder cases. But
You see him on CSI Miami.
CSI Clues.
Guys, we just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. We've been trying to reach you for your auto insurance. Our card extended warranty.
So when there's a scene where he's like, "Hey, can I talk to my friend for a second?" And and the new guy just holds the screen there, and he's like legitimately talking to the parents, and you're like sitting here like, "Oh my god, he remembers who I am." Yeah, Steve Burns, man, that guy's amazing. Like even when I said, "How you doing, friend?" But
and the other thing, the thing that I remember for him that was such a shock was people, his real name is Steve, just like how it is in the show. So people thought he created the show, like he was Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, who legitimately, loved and cared for all these little kids. But he always saw himself as just an actor. So that was kind of difficult for him to grasp, that these people literally saw him as someone like Fred Rogers.
Yeah. Also, also Joe Hodgson of Mystery Science Theater did a similar thing, where he plays a character named Joel. So I can't understand the confusion. Yeah.
So I was pleased to see just how well he was able to cope with that, because from one thing that he said is that when they were shooting the show, for him the experience was very small, because he would just have to look into a camera and speak. And the set, obviously it's all blue screen, but so for him, it was minimal. He didn't know what was going on in the world when this thing was airing. And when he saw just how big it was and how people, saw him like he was their actual friend, he goes, "Oh,
wait,
maybe they got the wrong guy for this." And then he became one of People's Magazine's most eligible.
Yikes.
Yeah, he would actually take the magazine with him to bars.
Wait. Hold on a second. It can't be a green screen, a blue screen. Well, it must have been a blue screen when Steve was on, because he always wore the same shirt, but Joe always wore different colored shirts.
Mm-hmm.
It must have been a red screen, like a Luma key. If it was a Luma key,
and he even someone asked him who was his favorite character. Mr. Salt.
Oh, who doesn't like Mr. Salt and Mr. Pepper, man? Mr. fucking Salt.
Mrs. Pepper.
Mrs. Pepper and Mr. Salt, they're the only two characters on Blue's Clues that had sex.
Yeah, they gave birth to Paprika.
How does that even work? Anyway.
I'm not sure if I want to know. To be honest, I don't think I do.
Just combine the spices, you get paprika. Paprika's adorable. I don't care. Okay, so let's wrap it up here with their last thing there. Cruizer beat Resident Evil 4. Let's end here with your thoughts.
Okay, now the remake is definitely good. I love it. That being said, there are some things that the first game did that were better. For one, they had a better Ramon Salazar. The Salazar who was that short guy who had a laugh.
Yeah, his right hand comes off.
Yeah, he was definitely better in the original than in the remake. Hell, in the remake, he looks like a woman. Which, by the way, there's also female Los Illuminati monks. Now everybody has a chance to get slaughtered. They did take out some scenes. The bingo scene still in there. The scene where he gets chased by the giant Salazar statue, that's gone. And there's a moment where there's a bunch of other boss fights in there that, or minor boss fights, we'll say, that were taken out. What they did put in, though, was definitely intense. It was still a lot of fun. My biggest concern, though, was the final boss. Because in the original, it was too easy. Like, I got it on the first try. But this one definitely took some time to figure out and try to defeat. So I really appreciated that. The other thing, too, is that when you compare the original to the remake has this very dark tint to it. when you look at the original, yeah, it's gloomy, but it's still brightly colored in a way. So because this is darker, you definitely get a creepier vibe, and also Ashley Graham, the president's daughter, she's actually tolerable this time. And even her own sections in the game where you actually had to play as her were still a lot of fun.
Is her AI
They did change.
Is her escorting AI still smart like in the first game?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, because I know there's some things where she actually does hide quickly, and if you shoot in her direction, she'll actually duck out of the way, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some moments where you have the option of hiding her when you have to face a boss battle. And one thing your girlfriend pointed out, Evan, was the regenerators were better in the original game.
Yeah.
She is 100% right. Because in the original game, the way how you knew these things were coming around was this gaspy breath. Just like that sound always creeped you out when you first played the original. Here, not so much. They got rid of that, and even the new design isn't that threatening. So that was another thing that they did better. And I'm sure obviously, of course, the merchant is back. But how should I say this?
The merchant. He was kind of. I saw him in the game, and I'm like, when's he gonna call me a stranger?
Now in the game, he does have the better look, and he actually, you see a little bit more of him. Like when you are about to buy something from him, you see this menu down the table. If you buy something, he kind of like moves his hands around to signify that that's a done deal. However, the voice in the original was way better.
Yeah, I can't deny that.
So,
not to mention, there's something else they included a minor detail. They got rid of a minor detail. I know people thought this was unnecessary because who the hell would do it? But you can't shoot him anymore. Whenever you face him, yeah, whenever you face him, Leon will lower his gun. I'm like, okay, I don't know who the fuck would have the idea of shooting the merchant, but cool.
The other thing they did that really upped the intensity is you don't get as much treasure when you shoot someone or kill someone, because normally in the original game you would just get tons of treasure, which you use as currency to buy stuff from the merchant. And here, you don't get as much, and it's a bit more scarce. So it all comes down to conserving your ammo. And you can also make your own ammo. You actually can buy recipes from them how to make figure out how to make bullets. Definitely a cool idea. You can also buy different weapon cases that will increase the likelihood of items being dropped, say like a red herb or a green herb. You can also find items to trade with him. So the merchant was definitely a good upgrade, but they should have kept the original voice. And also in the game, your health meter, the way how you would have to increase your health meter so that you can have more is to mix all the herbs, red, green, blue. Well, in here, which you could do very easily, and you could also increase Ashley. In the remake, you don't have to worry about Ashley's health, but as for your health, the yellow herb that increases it is actually more scarce.
Did you just seriously call them herbs?
Yeah,
it's herb. You're not from
What difference does it make?
You're not from Great Britain. You're American.
Dude, who gives? Dude, only someone like you would give a fuck anyway. Anyway, so that's more scarce, and I didn't actually fill up my health meter all until the very end of the game at the final boss. So the game definitely does build up a lot of tension. And I even like what they did with the knights that you have to defeat. The way you actually get them to stop getting close to you is carry this blue flame around. You do that, and when it comes in within distance, they stop. That I actually thought was a better touch. So, is the game perfect? No, but it's definitely a 9.5 out of 10. I loved this thing. There are mercenaries available for it, but it doesn't look like Ada Wong has her own section at the very end, or at least not that I have found. I mean, maybe there's going to be download content for it later, but I am definitely pleased with what they did here. And at the very end, we see the return of a certain blonde figure. Wesker.
Good. Oh, good old Wesker.
Yeah. And now people are wondering, are they going to remake 5? But I'm of the camp of they should remake Resident Evil Code Veronica. That was actually my very first Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
I would love to see them remake that first.
Yeah, I mean, considering...
And
isn't Resident Evil 5 and 6, like, supposed to be not good?
5 wasn't as scary, but it was still fun. 6 was where they dropped the ball.
Yeah. If they do 5, I want to see how they cover the boulder punching.
Mm.
I even played the Resident Evil games, and even I thought that was stupidly awesome.
You know what's actually funny is that in Resident Evil 8, they actually bring that up. You hear one of the villains go, "Chris Redfield, you boulder punching bastard!"
It's so stupid, but still awesome. How did they do it?
I don't know, because honestly, when I first played the game, I didn't notice it. Resident Evil 5, I mean. And so when people brought this up, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe the boulder's not that big. No, this boulder's like 5 times bigger than him. Okay. And he just...
The animated parodies are hilarious. A, B, A, B, A, B. His hands are like blistered.
But one other thing I forgot to mention, that they took out the remake that I did not approve of, the QuickTime events. I legitimately like those because it kept them on your toes during the movie cutscene sections.
Yeah, sadly, QuickTime events didn't really... I agree with you, though sadly, considering nobody really liked them, like QuickTime events, I can understand why they took it out. But no, I agree with you. If it was giving you on your feet, especially in a horror game, I would totally keep it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't care what some video game YouTube critic says. They didn't overdo it. They had the right amount, and it kept you on your toes.
Yeah, heck, the Wii version was even more scary because aside using the new, the thing that was scary about the Wii version with the QuickTime events is considering it came out like at a time when the Wii was like new, people were still trying to figure out how to use the remote. That's what made it more intense.
Mm-hmm. So they should have kept those back in. Like, if some YouTube guy says they suck, fuck you, you're wrong. Okay, you're full of shit. Yeah. And I will die on that hill.
Yep. That line. I had to look up several things on that thing. I'm like, does he still say that line? Where's everybody going? Bingo. And when I heard him say that, I'm like, yeah. When I heard him say that, I'm like, yeah, even in the remake, they couldn't make that line sound serious. Come on, man. What are you doing?
I actually thought it was serious because most people associate elderly people with just playing bingo, and these were, older people. So I got why they used it.
Yeah, just the way he says it is just too, like, weird, though. It's like, come on. Then again, let's just be fair here. Resident Evil's voice acting is not so good, and it's still just a funny tradition to this day.
Well, I mean, the remakes, the voice acting is better.
Is better as, like, as better as a Resident Evil game can get.
Is it better than the Final 5?
Ha-ha!
Oh my god. Oh, I thought you said Resident Evil 5. Alright, welcome to the Final 5, everybody, where we talk about Final 5 things, and the Final 5 days, and the Final 5 years, and the Final 5 fun. That's how I say stuff, so yes. I'll be going first this time. 1 minute on the timer. My time begins now. Right now, I've been doing a lot of art. I'm getting more assets done for World Part 2. I was able to get some cool levitations things there. I just gotta finish this one scene and then we'll see where it goes. It's still slow. I thank you all for being really patient. I want to also point out here, we will be having our first guest host of the year on on May 7th, Aki Glancy will be joining us as a guest host. Also, May 15th, I might be doing a special stream that day for you guys, so on Ants, so stay tuned for that. It's a surprise. So yeah, that's it for me there. Thinking of my timer to stop. What the heck? Okay, so next up we got Jablonski, because Jablonski is not here. So Assus McHolus, let's begin. Your time begins now.
Alright, so I don't got too much going on. Still wrapping up at school. I'm in the final stretch. About fucking time. I'm gonna be doing a little work for Evan for the time being, in between semesters and my vacation to Florida coming up. And other than that, I've just been kind of hanging out. I'll be at conventions for the next couple weekends, so hope to catch anyone interested there. And remember, kids, drink your motherfucking drugs.
Excellent. Next up will be the Concert Cruiser. Your time begins now.
All right, I'm still doing my writing project, and I'm starting to finally figure out how to type in the novelization format. I've had my friend Pony Cordero has been helping me with it. There's a friend of mine at my hospital who is a total book nerd who's been helping me with it, and I'm starting to get an idea of just how descriptive you have to be with that. So, and I feel at least comfortable with saying the first chapter is done. And again, my intention is to release this as a fanfic, get feedback, and then use that feedback to rewrite it as its own story. Second, I am almost done paying off Evan for the Christmas Hoof Rock project. And once that's done, I want to see if I can actually do a my next Hoof Rock episode on what I believe is the worst song MLP Friendship is Magic has ever made. I'm also still doing things on
Time!
TikTok.
Sorry, man, your time is up.
Dude, we still have
Let
2
him
minutes.
finish.
Alright, fine, I'll give you one break. You got 30 seconds.
Okay. I'm also still doing my TikToks. Check those out. And hopefully we got some... Oh, and I also have Welcome to Rockville coming up next month. So there's going to be a lot of concert clips coming from there. So be sure to check it out.
Okay, for getting the extra thing, you'll be paying the toll next week of having bars over your camera. Anyway, thank you for joining us tonight. Oh, gotcha. Sorry. Thank you for joining us tonight. Kuma will not be here, so we may not be doing the final segment of the week. So, yeah, cool stuff. Thank you for joining us again. And stuff. And I got nothing else. See ya.
It's the end of the show, so don't blow it. It's the end of the show, so don't blow it. It's the end of the show, so don't blow it. End it right.
My life is a bacon-wrapped hell on earth.